everyone, this is Mrs. Shockley and welcome back to my channel. Sorry for not posting a video last week. Last week my family and I went to the Marion County Fair here in our city in Indy, and it was so hot that day and I just did not feel like coming back and doing a video. Sorry. So I just took an extra day off, and also I'm going to be taking some time off from the channel already. We're going to be traveling to Florida here in the next couple days. Normally each year my family and I drive to our vacation or the destination where we're going. And this is the first year that we're going to be flying together on a plane. If some of you read my blog, you may have read about that this morning. So we're going to be flying to Fort Lauderdale to visit some friends, and I'm also trying to get my husband to take me to Naples because I've always wanted to go visit there. But we are looking forward to it. This will be my daughter's first trip on a plane. So hopefully everything will go okay. We have a direct flight there and then a layover when we get back home. So we'll see how things go. We're really excited about flying on a plane together. So we'll see how everything goes. Today I wanted to have a quick little etiquette chat. I received my books from Amazon from the Darling Academy. And this is English Etiquette, The Motivation Behind the Manners. And I also ordered her second book, Ladies Like Us, also by the Darling Academy. So I've been reading both books, going back and forth. As you can see, I've got some little tabs here already of interesting little notes that I've read so far. I've been on this journey of etiquette for a while, seeing how society is spiraling out of control. It's amazing now some of the things that I've seen in public that you wouldn't imagine even 10 years ago. I mean, it's just been spiraling out of control fast. To me, it has. I was born in 82, so I'm 36. So even in the early 90s, things that are going on now, you wouldn't have imagined seeing it in the 90s, even in the early 2000s when I just graduated from high school. I mean, it's really just like, it's shocking, and I know social media has played a huge part of that. So it's amazing what's going on. I know a lot of other women that I follow on YouTube, they also discuss this. Jennifer L. Scott. I also watch Nikki Moreno, Inspired by Nikki. Love her channel too. Who else do I follow on YouTube? I follow Audrey Conan. I think that's how you say her last name. Megan Livingstone. I've posted about that on my blog. Her Healthy Living channel. It's a great channel. I really love that. Who else do I follow on YouTube? Oh gosh. Of course, I cannot forget the Simply Luxurious Life by Shannon Ables. I really love her channel. Also listen to her podcast while I'm working. So a lot of us have been talking about etiquette, and we all are sharing this in the community. Even those of us on Instagram, there are a lot of beautiful women that I follow on Instagram who also talk about etiquette. So it's just amazing what's happening, and I'm glad to see that a lot of us are writing about it and we all are sharing our thoughts. When we were at the Marion County Fair last weekend, I was watching my daughter on one of the rides, and there was a woman next to me with her, I think she had about 2 or 3 kids and her boyfriend. And so she bent down. I talked about this on my blog, I think earlier this week. So she bent down to pick up something in her purse, and she had these huge holes on the bottom end of her backside. And she had on leggings, which I loathe those things, but she had on leggings. Of course, I know a lot of women want to wear those because they're comfortable. But she had holes on her backside, and I just hurried up and turned my face because I didn't want to stare. But her boyfriend, her husband, was standing there, and I thought, do you not see her butt? I'm just like, really? You're gonna let your hair come out like that? It was incredible to me. And then also when I'm shopping, sometimes you're in the clothing aisle and, someone wants to cross in front of you or cross behind you. Even with women, they don't say, excuse me or pardon me. Or when you're standing in line and people want to get through a line to get to the other side, there's no excuse me. They just walk right through. And then if they accidentally bump you, then it's, oh, I'm sorry. Well, you should have said that before you crossed through. But it's just simple things like that. And I think that's also a sign of home training, how kids are just, people just don't have home training anymore, and they just don't care, and it's absolutely horrible. When I'm out and about shopping or running errands, I think when I say excuse me, sometimes it shocks people because they go, oh, excuse me. It's a shock to people. So for me, I'm still trying to continue to live that way, and even at home, because sometimes you can be rude at home, but I think home is where it begins. Saying excuse me to your kids or to your husband, it starts at home. It really does. So trying to work on that also. Being an example at home is also really important. So let me jump into the books before I keep on chatting. Some of the things that I marked down, one important thing that she mentioned is how it doesn't matter about your genetics or your family background. We are all able to learn and adopt the principles of noble living. I love that. Noble living. No matter what our age or situation, and then work on them, and then work on improving them every single day in our lives. And I think it's true. It is a process for us to learn how to be polite and how to live in a noble way. It does take time. It really does. And also trying to be level-headed during conflict, because sometimes when you're around a lot of people and they're rude, and they have an attitude, and just not taking their emotions in as your own can also be a hard thing. Here's another paragraph that caught my eye. To realize that you are living a life now, making the best of your position and your circumstances on this very day, while still being able to conduct yourself politely with decency and decorum, is what it means to live in life. And I do think that having decency is winning in life. And honestly, I think people crave that. People crave decency, and they crave honor, and they crave respect, because there's so much disrespect going on around us. It's amazing. Even it's amazing what I see in schools, at work, in the office. Sometimes it's just so horrible, and you just want to break from everyone. A few other points that were mentioned were, we are becoming a self-obsessed generation with no regard for secrecy and decency. We compete with our neighbor rather than commune with them. We support our immediate family, but not the community. We must take a stand against the narrative that tells us that it's perfectly acceptable to be self-centered and live for our own pleasures. Humans were made for community and family, and existing in an orderly, honest, and supportive society. Isn't it about time we started living according to that truth? And I believe that. I really do. I've been learning a lot about how it is important to serve in your community, not only just your family, but to serve others around you. And also, she had a section in here about sharing everything. And I know it's hard. Sometimes I catch myself too wanting to post certain things on Facebook, or Instagram, because those are the only two social media outlets that I have. And I'm learning to scale back a little bit. You don't have to put every single thing on Facebook. And it's hard when you're a blogger, because I want to share, furniture that I find or new pieces that I have in my home. And like, for instance, with my new dining room table, I caught myself. I thought, oh, should I really share this? Is this too much? But it's so beautiful. And if someone else can get it, I love to see that. Or when I purchased my settee last year from Wayfair, I was like, oh, is that too much? Is this posting too much? But I love beautiful living. And, before I post things, sometimes in most cases, I check my heart. I make sure that my heart is in the right place when I'm posting something, that I'm not posting it to compete with someone, or to say, oh, this is my house, or this is what I have. I always make sure, okay, I'm posting this to share this information. I'm posting this because it's beautiful, and I love to see other people go out and, buy these items, or who are interested in, redecorating their homes. So that's another reason why. Check your heart when you post things. That's another great way. She mentions here, there should be a clear set of boundaries within your family of what is said and what isn't discussed with those that do not share your surname. Be disapproving of any conversation that looks like it's taking a sharp turn in these sensitive waters. Change the subject immediately. Expect your spouse, partner, and children to keep family information to themselves, and most importantly, explain why. And we've done this with our kids. We have teenagers, and we'll tell them, there's certain things that people just should not know what goes on in our home. Everyone has things going on in their home, but there's a lot of things that just should be kept private, and you don't have to share that. And I think our kids pretty much know that. She also talks about gossiping, because things can change in a sixpence, and what you overshare can soon become gossip and ammunition that can be used against you, whether you expect it or not. And oh my gosh, has this happened a lot in family and within our office. I do have some coworkers who share everything, every single thing, and then whoever they're sharing the information with, they'll say, oh, don't say anything. And I swear 15 minutes, 20 minutes later, that person's right in my office telling me what's going on. And so I make sure that it stops with me, that I don't share it with anyone else. I don't want anyone to say that I said anything about anyone else or sharing any other information. I just don't want that. I don't want that kind of drama. And it's just not worth being caught in petty conversations like that. It really isn't. There was a list that she had. Oh, here it is. I wanted to share this list. She says the finest of English ladies and gentlemen are known to be masters of the following: knowing what really matters, number one. Number two, maintaining a good example of domestic harmony. Number three, being level-headed in conflict and measured in their emotions. I love that. Number four, knowing the importance of being neat in appearance and practice good hygiene. So important, especially when it comes to teenagers. Number five, to be well versed in the art of speech and conversation. I think that's great. Knowing what to say and what not to say, and having the wisdom not to say certain things. Number six, knowing that their opinions and needs are not greater than those of others. Being well versed in the rules of polite dining and public etiquette. That's so important. I don't know how many times I've seen people, just eat with their mouth full, and it's just so gross sometimes. Like, oh my gosh. But I think people are completely unaware of how their dining etiquette is. It's really sad sometimes. So I try to make sure that I display, or that I am a good example for our daughter, because I don't want her picking up on bad habits like that. Expecting and promoting high standards in all things. And the last thing is surrounding themselves with life-giving language, pursuits, and people. And I think that's great when you are around other people who help you to want to pursue greater things. I love being around people who are well-traveled, who've been to different countries, who have studied many things, who've read many books, who see other movies, who are out serving in their community, people who just want to help you to rise above certain things, and just to be great human beings. I love that. I love people who also are well-versed in the Bible. I find those people fascinating, because I think that's great how some people just love to study the Bible. And I'm not trying to sound religious, but I love the Bible. I really do love reading it. So I also love being around people like that. Being around women who show great decorum, who have great etiquette and dining skills. I love being around women like that. Women who like to go out dancing, who are interested in plays, who like to go to art museums, who care about their skin and talk about healthy living, and who are great mothers. I love to be around women who are great mothers and can inspire their daughters to do great things. I think that's admirable. So, I think this list is great that she has in here. And there's so much more. I just literally started this book, and it's just been so wonderful to read. It really has. So this is the English etiquette book. And the Ladies Like Us, I just started it, and right now I'm in the first section, so I'll have to come back and do a video of that to share information of that. So I hope you all enjoyed this quick little etiquette discussion, and if you have any comments below, please let me know. I'm always curious about how other people think, and If you have any crazy etiquette stories that you've seen people do, just let me know. I'm so curious. Or if you've had to deal with crazy people, I'm always curious how they deal with it, how they react, and how they handle themselves in situations like that. So I thank you all for watching this video. Um, so I'll see you all, I think, in another week and a half. I don't think I'll be posting a video until, oh gosh, maybe another 2 weeks close. Maybe another 2 weeks. I'm not sure. I'm not making any promises, but I have enjoyed, posting these videos on YouTube, and I have enjoyed having discussions with a lot of my readers and my viewers. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for your support, and thanks for watching. I will link these books below if they're available. I know the supply was low on Amazon, but I'll link them below in case you're interested. And I'll see you all next time. Thank you.